We're number 10 here, and GT40, they win on a tiebreaker 5-5. They always clear very fast. But D69, I'm sure that they're super disappointed to get that close and to, just to fall short. But their defense has been really strong all season. They are 4th in the world in terms of the defense strength metric on this spreadsheet, which is the number of kills that they produce against the opponent's average per war coming into that war. So GT40 averaged 1.9 deaths per war this season coming into this war, and D69 got them to die 5 times. So their defense is very good, ultimately valiant effort, and D69 is definitely having an amazing season. This doesn't change just because they lost. TCN 7-12, they get the win. Definitely not a clear that they're probably very proud of, but they do get the win. Fortunate for them. And then JA with a strong win against SSX 4-6. DSVG 4-6 against Salty. And for Loki, they came in ranked 6th. This is their the third alliance that they faced this season that finished in Master last season. And in all 3 of those wars, they have lost. So they lost against LVT. We finished 13th last season. Now they lost against MIBR 11-9, and they lost against GT40 as well. But MIBR did technically get docked, so on the leaderboard they finished in Platinum 1, but prior to the dock I think that they were like 15th or something like that. Regardless, I'm not picking on 4Loki. Let me just state that very clearly. The reason that I hone in on 4Loki and GT40 and TCN and JA and DSVG is because they're the most famous alliances. They're the alliances that I get asked the most questions about pertaining to how they rank on this sheet. And 4Loki is really above everybody else in terms of community recognition. So everybody asks me about 4Loki all of the time. They're always commenting about 4Loki's strength of schedule, blah, blah, blah. So as somebody who's just kind of sharing information, I think it would be a little bias of me to try to kind of wiggle around the 4Loki strength of schedule story or narrative, however you want to see it this season, because that has been the number one point of discussion this season so far. It's just been 4Loki is doing well. Let's talk about their strength of schedule. They're 7-0 against alliances that finished in Platinum 1 last season, and they're 0-3 against alliances that finished in Master last season. I don't know if that's just a fluky coincidence. Regardless, it doesn't change the fact that they're 7-3 and they're top 10 in the world in terms of efficiency. It just is what it is. Okay, and then the last thing that I want to highlight, the last score that I want to highlight is of course my alliance. All right, so LVT, we matched noon and we pull out the win. 3 is definitely the best clear that we've had this season. I'm really proud of kind of how we've progressed over the last 3 wars. We've gone from, I think, 7-6 to now 3 deaths. And we're taking shape. We're taking shape a little later than we wanted, but we're taking shape. Hopefully it's something that we can, get some consistency with going forward. But, I don't know. It was a really tight war, by the way. It was 3-3. We finished with only 3. And they were at 3. They also had us crushed on time. And they ended up dropping a 4th. And then after they dropped a 4th, they had somebody basically, go into a boss fight. And I don't know if I don't know what the deal was, but that person died 3 times, was not healing up. He was just using 40% revives. I don't know if he was boosted. I don't really know what was going on, but he just totally kamikazed on one of the bosses. So really, it was a 4-3 win for us. Okay, let's get into the updated alliance rankings. GT40, TCN, JA, D69, and Salty all stay the same. DSVG does move up 1 with a good strong win and against Salty, and then 4Loki drops 1 with their loss to MIBR. XK9 stays the same. Matrix moves up 1, and SSX moves down 1. Okay, and then number 11 is Legion. They move up from 12. They're 12th in efficiency, 5th in strength of schedule. Noon drops 1 after their loss to LBT. MIBR moves up 3 with their win over 4Loki. 15th in efficiency, 11th in strength of schedule, and a 6-4 record. SGA drops despite the win. They're 8-2, but as you guys can see, they're 18th in efficiency and they're 21st in strength of schedule. I've talked about this previously, but they started in Tier 3 with the Tier 3 multiplier. That's why they're lower on the in-game leaderboard with the 8-2 record than you would expect with what it amounts to the second best record out of all of the alliances on this sheet, tied with D69. And then PBT, they drop one, and LVT, with our win over Noon, we move up 2. We're 5-5, 16th in efficiency, definitely not where we want, but 10th in strength of schedule. And over the last 3 wars, I think that we're top 7 in efficiency. So lately we've been good. Just we had a rough first half of the season where we just couldn't pull anything together. And then Sweetest Alliance, they lose, they drop 1, and then Chaos sneaks into the top 20. But you guys can see that there's quite the drop off after Sweetest Alliance. So anyway, that is it, guys. Leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next update.